Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You look fantastic.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be on this chair.
And I love this outfit.
Thank you, yeah.
You're sort of somewhere between a sort of French king and John Travolta.
I'll take it. I feel like I'm like camouflaged a bit, though.
It works,
I'm like a floating head.
But we, what I was going to say, when we touched elbows...
Yeah.
I read something. I didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
But apparently you've got a fear of elbows.
Yeah, I do. This whole, like, pandemic thing and people do it, I'm, like, nearly sick watching people do that. But, yeah, I do. I don't like elbows. I don't know what it was. I think when I was younger, I hit my funny bone really hard.
Yeah.
And, like, it sent, like, tingles up to my little fingers.
Yeah.
And, like, just the thought of it makes me feel sick. And now, like, touching them or... Like, if you want to cream your elbow, I'm like that.
So what, and is there a specific type of elbow you find too much?
Nah, every elbow is
Isn't
pretty...
that weird?
Yeah.
But you play football, and so when someone gives you the elbow...
Yeah.
Is that why...
A little bit, maybe. Little one in the ribs. Jamie Carragher did it the other day.
Well, I saw it. I don't know if anyone saw Soccer-8, but Tom had a very good game.
It was fun.
It was good.
But he gave me a few elbows, yeah.
Yeah, but you also gave him some as well.
Yeah, I tried. I definitely tried.
But we've actually got a show reel of you during Soccer-8. I think we might be able to play it now. There you go. Drifts.
See you later, Rudy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But what was that like?
That was up there with, like, the top experiences of my life.
Yeah.
Roberto Carlos,
yeah.
Robbie Keane,
yeah.
Like, Usain Bolt, and then obviously playing against, like, Rooney, Scholes, Gary Neville.
We didn't just play against Rooney, you dropped the shoulder on Rooney.
Dropped it a few times, mate.
That must be weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Do you know what was the weirdest thing? Like, after the game, him coming up to me and going, I tried kicking you a few times, but I just couldn't get near you. I was like, nah, don't worry about it, Rooney, mate. Don't worry about it. But it was fun.
And it isn't just Rooney. You've been... haven't you been hanging out with Beckham?
I went boxing with Beckham, yeah. And it was when I was, like, really unfit as well.
How does that come about?
My mate knows him, and he was like, do you want to come boxing? Didn't tell me that Bex was coming, and then I'm like, like, hero, do you know what I mean? But having to act cool, I'm like, you all right, mate? What are you saying? Was that kind of thing.
All right, Tom, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I was really unfit at that time, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to be sick. Bex is next to me, just having it like that. And I'm like... And I ran off, and I actually got sick. And Beckham's, like, looking at me like that. This, like, loser. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, come on, Bex.
But that's also... Your mate should have told you.
Yeah, I know he should have, yeah.
Prepare you for that. Do you want to come boxing? Yeah, I'll go boxing. You rock up. One of the most famous footballers ever is there. Fit as fuck, boxing.
I know, yeah.
God.
It was surreal, man. But like, as soon as I left the place, I rang up all my mates. Boxing with Beckham, knocked him right out. I didn't knock out Beckham.
But this is what I find so interesting about you, because like I say, we play football together. You're a really good footballer, but you're also a fantastic musician. But you don't... You kind of look like you equally belong to both worlds.
I'll take that all day.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, a bit like with Amy Winehouse or like Adele, where they're sort of chatting away. Someone like Adele's like, yeah, fucking, know what I mean? Like, and then suddenly this voice appears and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of curious, is that something you've always had?
No. Like, when I was younger, I played a lot of football, so... and that was my dream, and then I just didn't... Like, I hit my prime at, like, 15.
Yeah.
I was really good at 15. I'll back myself there. But, like, when I was, like, I'm seeing all these other boys coming into the team and they're way better than me, I was like, I probably won't be a footballer. Stopped playing football, and then, I don't know, like, going out got involved, and having a drink got involved, and then the confidence came along with the alcohol, and then there was a karaoke machine, and then...
Oh, so it came from karaoke?
Yeah. And I was singing, and then after it, like, they were like, people, like my mates were like, bloody hell, you can sing, you know? And I'm like, no. And then in my head, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna try that.
What was your karaoke song of choice?
It was Seaside by the Kooks.
How does that go?
He goes, God, I've got a sore throat here, but here we go. Do you want to go to the seaside? I'm not trying to say that everybody wants to go. I fell in love at the seaside. Hand on her charm, time and sleight of hand. Something like that.
There you go. I read an interesting thing about you that seemed utterly horrific, but was part of your sort of transformation. Didn't you get, like, attacked outside of KFC?
Yeah.
When you were young?
Yeah. Well, I was, like, 18.
Yeah.
And in my hometown. And, yeah, I was just outside KFC and got battered and got all my jaws all, like, metal plated and everything like that. And that's really where, like, I first started struggling with, like, mental health and where I realised what that was. And yeah. But I'm so glad it happened because I wouldn't have started writing songs and I wouldn't have kind of, I don't know, had that courage to go, do you know what, fuck him. I'm going to make sure that I do all right and hopefully see him again and be like, nice one, mate, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Look at where you are. And, yeah. And then I've always, from there, just started to write and it's helped me out and I'm 5 years in now and 2 albums in and it's amazing.
And the latest one, exactly. The latest one, Evering Road, went in at #1.
Yeah, #1, yeah.
Amazing.
Mad.
What's the meaning behind the album, Evering Road? Is that like a special place you used to live or something?
Yeah, so it's a place in East London where I used to live, and it's about a past relationship and basically it's me kind of owning up to a lot of things, saying I made mistakes in this relationship and saying I've learnt from the mistakes as well. And unfortunately, like, sometimes relationships don't work out and that's what happens. But I wanted to, I don't know, write my mistakes and say this is what I've done and be open with it. And that's how I kind of healed. And yeah, man, it's all about that, really.
I've always been curious about sort of when musicians, like when you kind of write, do you have, a bit like with comics, like my brain will sometimes go brrr, and you're like, yeah, fair enough, yeah, we'll chat about that. But is it that same thing when you're kind of writing songs? Do you have those kind of eureka moments where your brain's like, it's got to be this, or do you have a beat, or?
Yeah, like Little Bit of Love, for example, the song that's out at the moment. Like I was eating a burger in some burger house, and the guys I was writing with, 2 of my friends, we were sitting having a burger, and I went, I've got it. Honestly, like we rushed the burger down, went back to the studio, and then like recorded it, and we were like, I think we're sitting on something good here.
Yeah.
Should we have another burger?
We should chat as well. You're on Never Mind the Buzzcocks, which is coming up soon. Is that kind of a cool show to be on as a musician? Is that something you watched as a kid? Or?
I did watch it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty mad and a bit surreal.
Is that a show that you're sort of nervous about going on? Because it has this reputation of, like, the musicians being rinsed or whatever.
No, I kind of like being rinsed, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Noel, for example, like, definitely, like, rinsed me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
About what?
Well, he kind of rinsed my dad, actually.
What did he say about your dad?
Basically, my dad... I broke my back when I was younger, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And I fell off a trampoline, and my dad didn't believe me. And I crawled into the house. I was like, oh, my back's really bad. Like, I need to go to hospital. And my dad was like, nah, you're not going to hospital. And I was walking around on a broken back for, like, 6 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then we went into the hospital, and the nurse pulled my dad out. It was like, we might have to get child, like, what are they called?
Protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad came back in, he was like, you little shit. It was funny, and I never let him down now. So.
What I love, because you've clearly got a really great relationship with your dad. Like, you post about him on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's your kind of #1 fan. It's fantastic.
He is, yeah, for sure, my number
And is
one.
he there at the gigs? Is he singing along?
Yeah, he's there with...
Does he get in the crowd?
No, what my dad likes to do, he could go to the gigs and, like, he's like, ah, who's looking for me? He's the famous one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People are coming over to him, Martin. They love him. They love him.
My mum used to do that. My favourite memory, we were at Wembley and my mum was at the front. I didn't see this, my brother told me, that my mum was at the front as people were coming in, pointing at herself, going, that's where the magic comes from. Which is a lovely thing to say. But the weird thing is, they didn't know who she was. So there's just a woman at the front of the gig claiming she's got a magical fan.